it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and welcome back for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. Today we are going to do a version of this pen, which is by Tammy Annes Treasures. It does not have a link to a website or a blog or anything else, and so I can't tell you if she has any of those things, but I just absolutely love this particular I don't know if it's a topper, a journal card, a digital. I don't know exactly what it is since I can't trace it, but I'm going to do a version of this to use in my journal, and mine is going to look a little bit different, of course, and so let's get started. I'm going to do a journal card. It's what I'm going to do. What I like about this pen. First of all, I love this little girl. She's adorable. And of course, I don't have her, but I'm going to use what I feel like is just as adorable little boy and girl from Sweet Pea Curiosities. And I also love the neutral color palette and the way that even though everything is neutral, it has a lot of depth to it and a lot of character. And that's right up my alley, is the layering and, that kind of thing. So, let's get started, and I'll kind of tell you what I am using as we go along. So, this is just a piece of digital paper. And I have doubled it up so that it's twice as thick because it was just on regular copy paper. And then I have trimmed it down with my decal trimmer to kind of get a deckled edge on it. And I'm going to ink around it with Vintage Photo. And then what I'm going to do is I have several of Tracy Fox's, I think it's called Really Random Grungy Tags is the name of the kit, that I'm going to use to kind of create that masterboard or collaged background look. But it's kind of like these little grungy tags. So I'm going to put those all over the background. This is going to be my writing side because it's lighter. So I'm going to just put some glue stick down on this side, and we're going to quickly just throw these labels. I'm not going to pay a lot of attention to what I'm doing here. I may retrim the decal edge once we're done. And I'm just going to randomly do these. I'm not going to do them all straight. I'm going to kind of do some of them kind of cockeyed. Not upside down. And just kind of cover this whole background. If there's spaces in between, I'm not going to worry about that either, because that was one reason that I used this digital. So if it had some stuff showing through the back, it wouldn't be. It'd be all right color-wise and that kind of thing. Okay. I don't think I need to put my top on every time I glue a row here. But again, I'm not being particular about what I'm doing. If I have some go over the edge, I'll just cut them off. I just want a really random look to what's going on. And you'll notice mine will have a little bit of color, but not a whole lot. It'll be mostly neutral looking. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well and staying warm. That's the thing. So when you first get that first cold weather, and I don't know about you guys, but when I get that first zap of cold weather, it just freezes me to death. I don't like cold weather anyway, but until I get used to it, I'm just miserable. So I stay in as much as possible. Because I'm a big wimp when it comes to cold weather. I don't like anything about it. But other than that, everything is just wonderful. Those are too close to the same color, so I'm going to move this one over here. And one more should do it. Alright, so that quickly we have covered the back. And now I'll take the decal trimmer. Actually, I can probably just cut that with scissors. There's not that much hanging over. So I'm just kind of wiggle my scissors while I'm cutting it. I think it'll be alright. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So now I want to see when I put my photo on here, which again I said is Sweet Pea Curiosities, if it's going to stand out or if I need to maybe brush some gesso. Or put some tissue over it. This is a tea bag. That's been actually used. It's one of those refill your own kind of thing. No, I don't like that. I think I like it just, but I'm afraid I do have some that aren't dyed. Let me grab one of those. Like this one. What would that look like? You have to kind of cut the edges off on these because they have a little seam, you know, where they've been put together. And if you don't want those little lines, you need to cut it off. See, I'm afraid if I put my butterflies on here without the tissue, well, it might be alright. Do I like the tissue, though? I think I do. I think I like that being just a little bit more muted. Let me see if I have enough of the not dyed ones. Alright, so, oh yeah, we should be good. Alright, so let's get some matte gel. Excuse me for the reach. If I can get this open. There we go. This is just golden, regular, heavy duty, heavy bodied matte gel. And I'm gonna get one of my little silicone makeup things here that I got at the Dollar Tree. And just spread some on here. I probably should have just done half of that at a time because it dries really quickly. What I'm hoping happens is this makes this kind of just, that background kind of just fade in the back a little more. But you can still see it, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's cut that off. Maybe. Okay. And we'll use this piece. I don't care if it's pieced together. It's going to be fine. There's no sense in wasting it. Okay, and then we'll do this one, or part of this one anyway. You can get these refillable tea bags. You may be able to get them at the grocery, I don't know. I ordered mine off Amazon. But I like them because they're big long pieces. And also because they're not bleached. They have a nice color already. But then if you want them darker, you can actually tea stain them. As well. Oops, I left a gap there. Don't want to do that. Alright, now I'm going to go over the top. And I just kind of work it a little bit so that I don't get, I was going to say brush marks, but this really isn't a brush, but you know what I mean. The ridges from where you're going, trying to get it as smooth as possible as it's kind of drying a little bit. Okay, so there is that part, and I'm going to zap it. Normally I would let this air dry, but for the purpose of the video, I'll go ahead and dry it a little bit. So that I can trim it and we can keep on working. Put my top on my ink so I'm not drying it out. I got a little glob down there in the corner where I stuck it up under the corner. It's taking a little bit longer for that to dry. Okay, I think that's dry enough for us to move on. It's probably not totally dry, but at least I can touch it and we can move on with it. Okay. Yeah, it's still a little damp, so it's not wanting to lay totally flat, but we'll work with it. All right, so Tammy, you missed that whole corner there. And here. And if you miss places, you can either go back to the matte gel or you can just use glue stick, which is usually what I do because it's just easier than keeping to keep having to reach for your matte gel. Okay, so I'm going to put these little cuties on here first. So we'll do, that's where I inked, if you're wondering what that is. I wanted to get down in that little spot, and sometimes if you ink from the back, it does a better job getting down in that little cutout space. So if you ink from the front, Okay, so now what we're going to do is just take some little random pieces of lace and things like that and just kind of glue in some places. I think I put this one over here. Just to kind of give it some texture. I'm just going to use glue stick for all of this. I think it'll hold it just fine. And I may end up sewing around it. I won't do it in this video because I need to rethread my bobbin. And I haven't got around to it yet. And I think this is all this part is just kind of doing what you like. I don't think there's any real rhyme or reason to it. That may not stick that at all. I think I got it. May have to use something else for that. Okay, what else I got? I've got some like little netting. Kind of stuff. Yeah, that piece right there is not gonna cooperate. Let's put some glitter glue on there. Okay, what else do we got? That's good English. What else do we got? put our butterflies. Where's my wipe? Give me just a second. I've got glue stick all over my fingers and I can't do anything now because my fingers are sticking to everything. Especially the cheesecloth strings. That drives me crazy. Okay, now I'm going to try to ink around those butterflies. This was a Tim Holtz stamp, and it's this one. And I just stamped it. Could you see that? I don't even know if I held it where you could see it. And I just stamped it on a piece of newsprint, and then cut them out. And I just want to hit them, the edges, just a little bit. Because I kind of kiss cut them, especially around, you know, the antenna. So they'd still be on there, and they were so small. And see, they got even smaller. So I went along. Okay. Where else do we want one? Let's do it like right there, kind of. Okay, and then I've got the smallest one. See if I can manage to get glue on the back of it without tearing it up. Alright, so let's look at the original and see what else we need to do. Looks like she may have put in a couple of grommets. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I think she's got a couple of grommets and some stamping, which we can do both those. So she did some tiny grommets over on this edge. So we can definitely do that. So let's take out the crocodile here and take the small hole. And let's see what color we've got. Let's do this coppery color. I don't know if I told you guys, but I sent my little kitten home to live with my sister. She just fell in love with her, and she is very much a cat person. Not that I'm not a cat person, but I have 2 dogs, and Belle, our newest puppy, he didn't hurt her, but he tormented her to death. And so I was having to keep them separated and stuff, and that was making me feel guilty. And when my sister came in, she just absolutely fell in love with her, so I sent her home with her, and she's doing great. She already has cats, and so she's more in her element with her. So I'm happy with the decision, even though I miss her like crazy. But I hadn't had her too terribly long, so. Alright, so now let's do some stamping. And I think we'll be good. What kind of stamps do I have over here? I don't think I have a lot over here. Let's see. I feel like there needs to be something down here, but maybe not. Probably not, because by the time you put it in a pocket or whatever, it'd probably be better to not have something there. Alright, let's see. What stamps do I want? let's do some of the script here. We'll just do some random stamping. We don't need a whole lot. I'd like to get some right there. Maybe I can stamp on that. Probably could if I had ink on it. It's not going to stamp without ink, is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. So there we go. I believe that is going to do it. And I'll show you where I'm going to put it in my journal. Oh, I need to ink around the whole thing. Let's do that real quick. So it has a nice frame. I don't think I did that yet, did I, guys? Doesn't look like I did. Okay, so in my journal, I am thinking that I would like for it to go here. Because I think that fits well with my little snippet that's on here. And I'll have to create a pocket to slide it down in. But yeah, so I think that's where it's gonna go. And let's take again a look at the original, which you can see mine is, you know, pretty far-fetched from the pen, but you know, I'm not looking to copy 100%. What I'm looking for is different pieces that I like of a piece, and then, you know, making something for me or for a journal that I'm working on that takes the concept and the pieces that I like from the particular pen and translate it into something that I like. So that's what I've done here, and I think it came out really cute. And again, Sweet Pea Curiosities for the adorable little kids. This whole kit is absolutely adorable. And the background pieces were Tracy Fox. Random Grungy Labels, I believe is the name of the kit. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I will see you tomorrow for, it's actually December 4th day of December, the ephemera ember. Ooh, destroyed that time, didn't I? But I decided rather than post 2 videos in one day, that I would hold the 4th, since there's not, or the 5th, December 5th, I would, since there's not a Friday prompt, that I would hold the video till Friday and do it on Friday. So, I'll release that one tomorrow. I still need to do a flip through of the completed Christmas journal, which came out really cute. Do I have it within reach? I won't flip through it here, but I'll show you what it looks like. So here it is, finished, little bells, really cute. You can see it's really stuffed. So I'll do a flip through that this weekend at some point so I can get it listed. And I don't know if I'll do another Christmas one or not. I'm debating whether to do another journal or maybe just make some ephemera. I do have one little ephemera set that I'm going to be listing, and it is this little tiny clipboard and some little dangles. So I will be listing that when I list the journal. So, and so far I only have one of these little sets. Yeah, I only have one Christmas one. I may make some more this weekend. It depends on what my schedule is like, but I do plan on making some more. So that's it. I hope you guys liked it. And again, I'll see you tomorrow for a video, and then hopefully a flip through of the Christmas journal this weekend, and maybe another crafting session. It depends. And then if not, I'll be back on Tuesday. So actually I may be back on Monday to do that prompt for December Ember. So it really just depends on what I have scheduled and that kind of thing. So until tomorrow, everybody have a good evening. And I will see you then. Bye.